David Chambers.
Då ska vi se, David Chambers sa du?
Japp.
Ska vi se, och det är Jovalking på högersidan där, ja. Och så att han hette någonting Chambers, David. Och de ligger 1-0, 0-1, vet du det?
De hittade sin egen VM-matta, men det är okej tycker jag.
Ja, det tycker jag absolut. Det känns som en anständig matta att gippa på tycker jag.
Yep.
Sen har vi såg lite såhär goa life counters där borta förut. Ska vi se, Olle Råde är det inte till höger där. Så. Okay, so we're starting round 2 here soon with 2 players that won their first game. And we've got 2 spicy, interesting decks here.
Yeah, the right side Joel King is playing the Mana Flare deck, and I do believe David Chambers is playing some sort of Aisling Leprechaun deck. We'll see. Some 2 very interesting decks at least. Joel King has been playing 93-94 for quite a while. He is from a bit south of Gothenburg and lives in Norway. David Chambers is from United States of America. So one long traveler and one not so long traveler. So we see here both are thinking about their hands and see if they want to keep. Now this was not the Aisling Leprechaun, it's some sort of blue deck. We'll see what he's about to put up here. David starts off with a Mox, Island and Time Walk to do some exploring in the first turn. I think he wants to get ahead of his opponent with mana. Okay. Only ends up with a Strip Mine, which can be quite good if Joel King is short on lands, and he has a Library of Alexandria, and fortunately for David, he has an excellent response to that one in form of Strip Mine. I do believe he's going to start off stripping, and Joel King is drawing a card in response. He's probably going to discard. Discard. I don't see him gonna try to ask the players to move their graveyards a bit closer to the camera, you know, a bit.
Vill du säga att de flyttar ner sig till ser inte Joakims grav?
And here's a Time Twister and Bolt from Joel King, and they will draw new 7 fresh cards. This is one of the most fun cards in a format, I think, because everyone's drawing cards, but someone's playing this more than others. Yeah. So 7 new fresh cards for both players. Yep. Not the Aisling Leprechaun deck, but it's I saw I don't not the Triskelion, but I don't remember the name of the card. It's a flyer with thumps on it that you're removing.
Oh yeah, that one. It seems to be friends with Clockwork Beast, right?
Yeah.
Inte Clockwork Fågel.
Nej.
Dra den andra rutan.
That's Relic Barrier from Joel King. Tapping artifacts. I'm just gonna find the card I was talking about here. And it is Tetrabus.
Tetros,
Yeah. It's a 1/1 flyer for 6. I'm gonna do display that because it's quite a interesting card. Playing.
Once again, it seems like the window capture isn't properly working. We'll see if we can get this working to show you the Tetros.
Maybe.
Nope. You're like that. Yay!
But a German one.
Yeah. Okay. So let's look at the antiquities.
Yeah.
So it comes to.
So it comes into play with 3 counters, and you can remove them in upkeep. I think.
And you can put 1/1 colorless flyers instead.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you remove them after 1/1 players.
So the current oracle is that it has flying. It enters the battlefield with 3+1/+1 counters, and at the beginning of your upkeep, you may remove any number of +1/+1 counters from Tetris. If you do, put that many 1/1 colorless Tetralite artifact tokens onto the battlefield. I wonder if it has any. They each have flying, and this creature can't be enchanted. The tokens.
Oh, that's
some drawback.
Oh, Thanos Coffin in play. It's also a very quirky, interesting card. You basically isolate a creature. From the game.
Try to have that working a bit better. See what we can do about that.
And there we see a Candelabra from Jovel King. Wants to get a lot of mana in this deck, because when he deploys a mana flare, he doubles the mana for both players, and he abuses it with Candelabras and exploiting it and landing a big fireball in the face of his opponent.
I think he runs Shivan Dragons as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
To pump extremely.
What's the white splash for?
Probably disenchant some plows, social plows, I would say. Is the thing you want for that, because disenchant
is really strong.
Yeah, it's one of the most effective cards in the format. It answers a lot of problems. You can kill Mishras, you have Untold Dreams, you have the
Relic Barrier.
Relic Barriers
being really good at handling the Mishras factories as well.
So handling artifacts is a very important thing to do in this format, because you have a lot of fast mana, a lot of powerful artifacts overall in the format, in the form of Jaymeday Tome. You have what's it called?
I think Joel King seems to be running only Arabian Night Mountains.
Yeah.
So far.
And he can do that today since the errata from Sit in a Bottle.
Yeah. That's
because
really
before
nice.
it was real bad to play to quit Arabian Night Mountains. Someone landed the Cinnaball, all the Arabian Night Mountains went away, but not anymore. And here we see Disenchant landed on the Relic Barrier. And it's interesting that he chooses the Relic Barrier before the Candelabra, which I think is a bit more powerful, but maybe he wants to get in some damage with
some Mishra and be able to use his Thanos Coffin for the potential dragons. So Joel King should be at 18. I think that was the first damage that we had in the game, right?
Yeah, that's true. And let's see how Joel King will.
4 mana, 5, 6. Seems like a dragon coming. Could it be a Shivan Dragon?
I don't think that's
no. That's Fireball for 5.
Yeah. A dragon in this moment would be
with
like quite terrible.
Thanos Coffin in play doesn't really do anything.
No.
I guess you get to untap or you get to keep the coffin tapped. But
there's a lot of investment to keep the coffin tapped in this mode, I think.
So David moves down to 15 from that fireball.
Yep.
Only 3 more fireballs to go and he's got the game. David deploying a lot of lands here.
Let's see if he's wants to... There we go. Here's the sweet artifact creature we talked about. No? Yes?
Is the Tentavite coming? Yeah.
Yeah. And I do believe here the combo is on the board now. He can return the Tentavite from the coffin.
Yeah. So we'll
Yeah.
get to see this, I guess, in his next upkeep. Him removing 3 counters to create the tokens,
Yeah.
and tapping his coffin in end step to get Tentavite to
Yeah.
enter the battlefield with 3 tokens, or 3 more counters.
So we'll have an infinite stream of Tentavite tokens. Unless Joel King has a bolt or something in hand. It can be likely. Disintegrate a CFL, at least.
Yeah. But I mean, if he disintegrates now, he can just David can just respond with sacrificing his
yeah.
Lotus. And
But
tapping
I think I want to go for
coffin.
the face. Because that
Yeah.
would probably be the best course of action here. And
Yeah, because the Tentavite combo seems quite slow,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Might see a counter spell here from David Chambers.
yeah. He's thinking about it. If he wants to use his Lotus for this, or he wants to save it for better use.
With the amount of lands and Felwar Stones and Moxes in play,
He starts to take it.
Yeah.
So he's at 6.
That's a lot less than we had
Yep.
put down. So 6, that should be a land and a fireball would be there.
Mm.
Or a disintegrate. Or
And my assumption is that Joel King has a lot of those in the in his deck.
I think I would scooch over there with some all-around working tokens, also known as Pikachus.
Yeah, approve. See, here's an attack by David for 3. And he will get some Pikachus for tokens. Excellent. Great job, Jesper.
Thank you. Now we get to see some
Yeah. And
Pikachus on stream
we
as well.
have Joel King at 15 now.
At 15.
Yeah.
So what happened in upkeep? He removed 3 counters,
Yeah.
and then now he has attacked with the Mishra and
Yeah.
the...
And with the Tentavite. And we will see if Joel King has another expel to deploy. Seems like it's something big at least. Counting his mana. 5 mana, 6
I think
mana.
David has a counter spell in
Yeah,
hand, right?
for sure, because
five, yeah.
he showed it before and then
Earthquake. That will
Earthquake.
definitely get the counter
Yeah.
spell.
Yeah. It's even a mana drain, it's even better. No, it's just a counter spell. It's good enough. No damage for you. And here we're gonna see the coffin exiling the Tentavite.
Tentavite.
And it will untap and give him the Tentavite and 3 fresh tokens on the board. He drew another Tentavite. He has a disenchanting play in hand, but that doesn't do much right now. We just want to make sure that Joel King doesn't have another expel, but he can avoid it with the Swords of Plowshares on his own guy, and also this.
There's 2 swords of pleasure. 3. No, 2.
No, it's 2 and a disenchant, I think. Or is it 3 even?
Yeah, I think I had 4 white cards in there. I'm not sure. The Swords of Plowshare seems to be quite dead, except for saving yourself on life total
Yeah.
in this.
So I would assume that it will take him out. At least somewhat maybe. Unless he's afraid of the Shivan Dragon, but I don't think.
Seeing how many red X spells
Yeah.
Yoval King is playing, I think Shivan Dragon is the least threat.
Yeah.
Or at least not the greatest.
Exactly, yeah.
So we see something big.
I think
We're just sorting out another Tentalite.
Yep. But he's still in a pincher because he's out of counterspell, and if Jovel King has another one, I think he wins. So
Still has mana to exile his own Tentalite and plow it. Is 4 life enough to keep him alive? Yeah, unless a Mana Flare hits the table, right?
but Mana
Well,
Flare
Mana Flare would be the best for him.
Yeah, it
wouldn't
costs.
Because he would be able to disenchant it.
Mm.
No, he wouldn't.
Yeah,
He wouldn't get priority in between.
No, no. So he's thinking a lot what to do here, but I think the best thing is just to know nothing. I'm not sure I'm in love with that one, but
I think he would have wanted to deploy another.
yeah, he needs more pressure to
Yeah.
attack him
I mean,
next turn for luck.
sure, Yoval King is at 12, but
And he passed the turn. See if he has put down the tent white, he would be able to.
in a really good position.
Yeah. No, he hasn't drawn a single Mana Flare yet, so he hasn't seen anyone. The only thing that's been counted so far is Earthquake. And now he's attacking for 6, 7.
6? 7, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right, he has a
So-
base power 1 as well.
Yep. So Devil King has
puts down
one
that
turn to end this. Ends up with a lightning bolt and puts David on 3. Okay, he will activate his Mishra Pump it and plow it to basically
In response to
nullify,
the lightning bolt,
nullify the lightning bolt. So he's
So he
still
stays
at
at
6.
6. He has 2 Tentalites, another Swords to Plow, 2 other Swords to
Yeah.
Plowshares, and a Disenchanted.
It looks good for David, I would say.
And
That's
on the other hand, he has
picture.
no counter. That's a nice
Yeah.
flash from Yoval King showing
Yeah.
off his blue cards with no blue mana available. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
Brain Gazer, Ancestral and Time Twister? Was that?
yeah,
Did I get that
yeah,
wrong?
yeah. So-
Seems like he would have been able to facilitate those cards if he would have had access to blue mana.
Yeah. So David Chambers takes game 1. And we'll see how they sideboard here. I could imagine some blue elemental blast from David's side and some red elemental blast from Jovel King's side.
The infamous Blast War. And I think David Chambers poking the mountains there, showing off a city of bottles, it's called, right?
Yeah. Sit
But
in the
as
bottle.
Sit in the bottle. As you mentioned, the errata on Sit in the Bottle now says that cards originally printed
Yeah.
in Arabian Nights,
Yeah.
so it does not affect the Arabian Nights mountains.
Yeah, exactly. So they will be quite terrible in this matchup because I didn't see many Arabian Nights.
I don't think I saw any.
Nope, except the mountains. But to speak a little bit about Singola, it's an extremely powerful card in this format because you have all the genes in the fritz that's quite powerful with the Dusan gene in the top, and they have the Sandibi Frit and the Kurd apes, led by Alexandria, City.
Did you mention Yusan
Yeah, Dusan gene, yeah.
and City of Brass?
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah, City Brass as well. So you have a lot of good cards that it hoses, and then you because you have a bit of those aggro decks that plays a lot of those cards. Most of the most aggressively casted creatures are actually from Arabian Nights.
So we're speaking Curd Ape, Surrender but Free,
yeah, Jusam Jin,
the green one, Ernam Jin.
Ernam Jin as well, yeah. So it's very.
I wonder if Uli is playing Ernam, but I doubt it.
So that looks like he's sideboarding out some sort of plowshare as we imagined. Yep. And
I think we saw some blue cards coming in.
Yeah, and also the me and my names right now. The disenchant with the life gain.
Yeah, Divine Offering.
Divine Offering, yeah, thank you. Which
only targets artifacts though, right?
Yeah,
it's artifacts. Seems to good.
But
it's decent in this matchup.
Yeah, but still good.
I wonder if Yoval King has any Shadow Storms or something like that in sideboard. They seem to be good in this matchup at least. I mean, they would hurt himself with some focus on the Candelabras that he's got, but seems like it would be a nice card in the matchup at least.
Yeah, I think so.
Based on what we saw in game.
For sure.
So we'll see if Yoval King can manage to get some lands in the right colors this turn.
Yeah, and I do hope we get to see some Mana Flare Candelabra action here, because that's quite spicy. So they are shuffling for game 2 here. David Chamberlain
lives
one.
in Denmark?
No, Norway.
Norway,
yeah. Norway.
And I think David Chambers is from the US.
True. No Elof.
No Elof here.
Don't worry, he will be in the top 8 and then we'll stream him. So.
Yeah, I think Elof is playing a deck that is a bit too close to the deck to have him on the stream.
No, it's quite creature heavy, so.
Is it?
Yeah. So I wouldn't disqualify him from the stream actually.
Fair enough. Might get to see him then. We do have some spicy decks out there in the field. We're 75 players, I think. We see Yoval King here starting out with a Candelabra of Taunos.
Yeah.
Caused by using his mountain. David starts out with a Monovolt.
So let's see here.
Yoval King again with simply the red mana so far.
And
a Howling Mine.
That works quite well with his relic barriers. No, there was a lot. Yeah, he played relic barrier.
Yeah, he played relic barrier. Yeah.
Works quite well with them. So he's the only one drawing cards.
Yeah, because Howling Mine is actually one of the symmetrical cards that actually are symmetrical.
Yep.
Looking outside this format, you have the symmetrical cards like Smokestack and Tanglewire that are not at all as fair as Howling Mine.
And then you have you can abuse it with relic barrier to tap it.
Yep.
So.
And David obviously decides it's worth a Divine Offering.
Yeah, for sure. It's a good value for him.
Yeah,
he draws an extra card.
And
it's basically a 2-for-1 for the Chambers here. And he gains some life.
So you should be gaining 2 life there.
Yep. Yeah, this is 93, 94 cards. And it's happening right now in Gothenburg, Sweden. So let's see here what David Chambers can do in his third turn. Deploys Triskelion. That's some good pressure from him. This is also a good card to abuse with the Talmos Coffin. So you can shoot 3 and exile it.
That seems like a decent enough thing to do.
And so far this Blood Moon has done absolutely nothing in this game except for Yoval King to waste a turn. I don't think this is a very good sideboard option against this deck because it's only a 2-color deck and he plays quite a few basics. So. And he does not much else during his turn, except playing another candelabra. And David swings for 4, sorry. Another
Should have been taking damage of his mono last draw step. Right?
Yeah.
Oops, not the
And
2.
this is one of the late, just the last year I think was unrestricted discard for, it's 1.5 year ago. Yeah. So now we can play 4 mana vaults in this deck and it can be quite ridiculous sometimes. But
King deploying another Howling Mine. We'll see how that works out if he gets to draw the extra card from it this turn.
yeah.
Let's see here in upkeep what David decides to do.
Actually, one interesting thing about the mana vaults in this matchup is if Joel King managed to get his relic bearers down, they are real good against the mana vault because it just taps them and then remain tapped, and it's very annoying. I tend to, when I played mana vault, to side out my mana vault against the relic bearers because it was so often I just get them tapped.
I have a hard time seeing him coming back with the relic barrier in this game though. With Triskelion already on board.
Yeah, that's not the card he wants right now, and it seems like only 2 cards in hand and not much action.
How much mana would he get if he top deck Mana Flare?
He would have to tap 3 of his mana.
Yeah, so that would be 1 land untapped, adding 2 mana to his mana pool, being able to untap 2 lands, having 4 mana for the next candelabra, so he'd get access to 16 mana.
Yeah.
Plus another, if he had another land, he would be able to get some more. Now I think we will see Joel King deploying the relic barrier here. I think that's what he top decked. Or at least one of the cards.
Yeah, so relic bearers, at least he can tap down the Triskelion for the attacks now.
Or the Howling Mine, depending on how he wants to approve.
Isn't it been 2 attack from Triskelion, or is it just 1?
I think it's just 1. Yeah, David has only taken 2 damage of Mana Vault, so Trisk has only attacked once.
Yeah, true. And he chooses to tap down his Howling Mine, so David can't draw some extra cards.
Was there any logic to that statement, or has he actually attacked twice? He must have attacked twice.
Yeah. Looks like David has a disenchant in hand, so he can handle.
I wonder what he wants to disenchant here. Perhaps nothing. Perhaps he just wants to exile the Trisk.
Interesting. Without shooting.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's actually quite nice, isn't it? Because the Taurus remembers the counters on there,
true.
And then he gets another enter the battlefield trigger, so it will be a 7/7.
Yeah. True.
Meaning that he will be able to shoot 6 to the face if Joel King has an actual answer to the Triskelion.
Yep. But it enters tapped, right? So
yeah, so he can't attack next turn. Oh, he wouldn't be able to anyway.
True.
But he can't block. If Joel King plays Concordant Crossroads and Shivan Dragon on the next turn.
Here we go, a 7/7 Triskelion. Awesome.
Is that a Time Walker or a Time Twister in hand? It's Time Twister.
Time Twister, yeah. I'm not sure who wants to.
Taking 2 damage of the
Vault.
triggers in draw step.
And I could imagine Divine Offering in hand, so I could imagine he will do it on the relic barrier, so he can attack with his Triskelion next turn.
Depending on if he wants Joaquin to draw through cards as well. I can see the argument for
Yeah,
taking
true.
the Howling Mine
But
instead.
he can just take both.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Takes the relic barrier. And that would be lethal for David next turn then. Swinging with a 7/7 Triskelion and then removing the 6 counters for 13 damage.
Yeah. There's a lightning bolt from.
So David down to 15. Let's see. A mountain and a mana flare perhaps would be the only thing I think could save Joaquin at this moment.
So he's pondering how he should progress his turn.
And the Candelabra of Tamas.
Yeah, his third. This
that's
would
it.
be quite insane if he had a mana flare, but he don't.
Yeah.
So this doesn't look very promising for.
No, David has lethal on the.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
he
there's the
scoops him
hands
up.
gauge. And David Chambers
Take this game, 2-0.
takes this game 2-0.
Yep.
And we'll see if we can get a deck I think, with Joaquin. We didn't really get to see what his deck did, so
No.
I think it would be interesting to have
I've
a
been
chat
trying
with
to
him.
see if you can fetch him up and.
Yeah. We can see Joaquin boarded in some disenchants. The iconic Circle of Protection red in number of 2 sideboarded in from David Chambers. So as soon as the players have finished up restoring their decks to the original state, we'll have Joaquin joining us here to talk a little bit about his deck, the Mana Flare deck that he's running. It's a really beautiful deck as well. I know Joaquin has access to quite the decent card pool in this format.
Yeah.
A lot of alpha cards and
I do believe he has some Summer Magic cards as well.
okay, nice.
I think. We can ask him when he comes.
Yep. That seems to be an altered Chaos Orb.
Yeah. Oh, quite nice one. Puke some lava. Yeah, I think we want to deck tech with David Chambers in the future as
Yeah,
well. So don't worry.
absolutely. We will try to get him here to talk about his deck.
We will start off with Joaquin to see how his deck works, and then.
At least we got to see some of the David's deck in the game. So.
But we will take him up, David
David
Chambers
seems
here
to
for
have
sure.
Wrath of God in his sideboard as well.
Yeah, the white cards in this format is extremely popular.
Yeah,
They have a lot of
both the Disenchant and Divine Favor,
Yep.
or Divine Offering, and
You have Wrath of God and Social Plowshares, Moat,
yeah,
Set Angel.
Preachers.
Yeah,
I guess you run Preachers. I guess some people run King Suleiman as well to handle the Jusam Jins and Serendibs and all the Jins running around.
yeah. You have a pretty good white greenie deck in this format that can actually take home a home tournament because of all the powerful cards and strong cards they have. Backed up with some small fast creatures and you have a good deck. Yeah, now we can see the beautiful playmat that they brought up here on the World Championship.
From Toronto.
Toronto, yeah.
So that was 2001.
It's a bit new, but okay.
Yeah, a bit new.
We can accept that one.
At least it's older than the playmats that we have below it. So.
True.
And
That counts for something.
well, we had a pause here. Me and Joachim, we played some vintage in between.
Yep.
And all the players came over and mocking us and asking if we played pre-release or what we were doing because there were so many cards there that was not were too new.
Oh, they double
mats.
Extra protection.
So that's 4 mats.